1, 2, 3. All right. What's up? What's up? Episode 4 of the podcast. I think I put the name of it episode 5. Could you fix it for me, Julian?
I'm on my PS4 to check, so
Oh, okay, never mind. Anyway, what's up, guys? I'm going to be playing some Rage 2 for the gameplay, and all that. Me and Julian are going to be playing separate games for now. We might play games later. But yeah, no, I'm going into this one blind. Julian does want to talk about some stuff, but I'm just going with the flow tonight. And Rage is pretty simple, so I shouldn't get too distracted. But yeah. So let's talk about some new shit that's going on with us. I am starting school in about two and a half weeks. I'm going to be going to Algonquin College. It's in Gatineau. It's in Ottawa, and I'm going to be doing my high school there, finishing my high school, and it should be awesome. And then after that, I'm hoping that I can go into game design. Which is something that Julian wanted to do for a while, and I was thinking about it, and I was like, oh, yeah, it does sound interesting. And to be honest, a lot of my life has been revolved about gaming, so if I can create games, that would be awesome. What about you, Julian? What's new with you?
I'm finished school, so I have more time, of course, but I am getting more hours at my job. But right now, it's just only an extra day, but it might get bigger and bigger and bigger. Fuck.
What?
Oh, I'm moving soon. I'm moving this week. I'm thinking of because I'm gonna move with my dad and his girlfriend only. I'm gonna be the first one to enter the house and everything and the room, so I can have a new room tour as like our fucking thing that we do every fucking time as we.
I haven't done a new one, yeah.
You should.
Yeah, I know I should.
Also,
yeah, no. Well, the house that he's moving into isn't like a new one. It's new for him, but it's one that we actually used to go to all the time for Christmas and shit. It's been in the Nantel family for a long time, so he's taken over the old Nantel house, which is pretty cool.
Yep, and then we're combining it in one for fucking because we're 9, and yeah.
9 people,
that's basically
it's
it.
Crazy.
9 people in a small fucking.
Well, I mean, not anymore. You're going to be getting a bigger place. So.
Well, yeah, it's a little bit bigger.
So honestly, the reason why I wanted to create this podcast anyway was not to be, and I even said it in episode 1, was not to be robotic and be like all planned. Like, sure, I want to have some subjects, but the whole point of a podcast is just to act like ourselves. So, honestly, whatever we talk about tonight, as long as it's not, really, really, like, controversial or will get us in trouble, I just don't give a shit. I'm just going to talk. And, I'm going to stop talking all professional and just talk like I always do, so. Yeah.
Oh, Chris.
Yeah, what's up?
I figured out why you thought there was 4 episodes, because we did a 4th podcast, but remember we deleted it because it was super, super bad.
Oh yeah, we did say some stuff that wasn't cool. I can't remember what it was. It wasn't something like really, really bad. It just probably wasn't something you wanted to share, like something personal or I don't know. I can't remember. But anyway.
Also, the flow didn't went well.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's what it was. No, it wasn't. It wasn't bad. Like we said anything bad. It was literally we couldn't talk because we were so concentrated on playing Mortal Kombat.
Yeah,
there
we go.
We were playing Mortal Kombat and we were focusing too much on our combos. So we were literally just like stuttering, like and I just decided, fuck it, let's delete this shit. This sucks. So yeah, no.
That's why.
Now hopefully we don't get so distracted. Like, of course, the game that I'm playing is pretty easy. I just shoot shit, which is fun. It's just like an easier game to not concentrate on. So. Yeah.
Well, I have one subject that I really like to talk about because I was talking about my dad about gaming and everything, and he was talking about like the old times where like the Nintendo and shit like that, and then he told me his favorite game was Final Fantasy VII, and he was talking to me about the game, and then Chris told me about is it called E3?
E3, yeah.
Well, they're remaking the game. So as soon as I learned that, I went downstairs and I showed my dad. My dad was super excited. And at first I thought it was a, you take your turn and it's my turn to fight sort of kind of game.
Like a turn-based.
And it looked, yeah, and it looked like that in the trailer for a little bit. But then when I rewatched it, I was like, oh shit, it isn't. And I told my dad it was a turn-based. And then when I went back downstairs and I told him it wasn't, he was sort of disappointed. And I asked him why are you so disappointed? It's you literally play your character you want and you fight like big bosses. I don't know. I prefer fighting not turn-based, just open, where you make your own combos and shit while he's trying to fuck you up at the same time. And then he said, I don't like it because there's no strategy. It's just pressing square all the time. And I had a huge debate with my dad and his friend because I don't know. Sure, in turn based there'll be more strategy, but in open world games and combat where you have to press square and shit, there's still strategy. You still have to think of what to bring, the combos, all the shit that you need to remember. And I don't know. I had a debate about if there's strategy in those kind of games.
The way that I think of it, because I do like strategy games as well as action games, the thing about action is not everybody can keep up. I think that's the problem with your dad, is that he thinks he can't keep up with all that shit. There is a lot more planning when you go into a turn-based game, just naturally, because the whole point of it is to pre-plan your attacks before you go in. I need this many potions, or I need, this many, you pretty much understand what I'm saying. You need to plan out your fight before you run in. While in some action games, not all, because I played some action games like The Witcher, where I literally had to prepare myself super hard before going into a fight, you would be able to, most action games anyway, you would be able to cheese it and just press square a lot. So I see where your dad's coming from. The old God of Wars are like that. You used to have to just press square and try. And you could say there are combos, but they're pretty basic combos if you think about it.
Yeah.
So I can see where he's coming from, with the whole you could just press square, because in some games, totally, yeah, you can. And with RPGs, turn-based, I'll be honest, I've been playing Persona and Dragon Quest and stuff like that, and I've played other games like Ni no Kuni, which aren't turn-based, and it's actually action. You have to move around, and also, Kingdom Hearts and Final Fantasy 15. And I feel both of them, and I really like the action stuff because it looks cool, but honestly, the fights that I get into on Persona with having to pre-plan and mix all my attacks, it sometimes feels a lot better than action games, in my opinion, just because I was smart enough to prepare for certain fights, So you feel really powerful once you do something in that game, as well as an action game. I think it's just preference, honestly. It's also, we grew up with games that were more action than turn-based, and they grew up with games like that. I think RPGs, and that's what your dad loves, I think the best way to play an RPG is turn-based. Divinity 2 is an amazing game because you actually have to think of how you're going to kill an enemy before you just run at it and kill it, Yeah. So I think I like both equally, honestly. I don't dislike one or the other, but when it comes to RPGs, I can see why people prefer it to be, turn by turn. So.
Well, this is the thing. It depends what game at the same time. I agree with you, but just the feeling of being able to beat a big boss because you were dodging super well, doing these combos super well, jumping in the air at the right time, it just feels fucking amazing. But at the same time, I get it that the turn based preparing is awesome. But I've never been a big fan of turn based. But I'm telling you, I'm trying Persona 5 because it looks very fucking amazing. And,
Persona 5 is freaking amazing. I wish I didn't spoil you the ending if I knew you were gonna play, but it's too late. It's fine.
You know what? You know what's kind of funny? When you spoil me shit, it makes me want to play even more. It makes me want oh my god, I just want to get to that part. I want to see it.
No, I
So I
know.
keep playing it. But, like,
Yeah,
anyways,
it
it, it,
Go ahead.
it depends what game. Like, imagine God of War turn-based.
Well, yeah, but God of War isn't an RPG.
Yeah.
The newer one you can argue that it is somewhat RPG because of the whole leveling up and customizing armor and stuff. That does have RPG elements, but it's more an action adventure rather than an RPG.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's completely debatable, but I don't know. I like both, honestly. Like, I don't know. It depends on how good it's done. See, like there are really good turn-based, and then there's really bad turn-based. And maybe your experiences with turn-based was bad, because some games do it really bad, but some games you actually see the character go up and do a crazy move. So, like in Persona, like when you shoot the gun, you do like a cool-ass move, and then when you do your ultimate, it's really cool. So it just looks really good, so I don't mind it being turn-based. See, if I was playing a game where like all I did turn-based was like, so I did an ultimate move and then he just runs up and hits him with his sword and does like 9,000 damage, I'd be like, yeah, this fucking sucks. But if I have like a cool turn-based where when I shoot the gun he does like a cool move and then he goes up and actually does an ultimate and you see it and it looks like freaking awesome, then I love it. Like it just makes me feel like I'm doing something really cool. And I'll be honest, sometimes I'm not good at doing combos. Like I'll do some good combos, but like I'm not those type of gamers who go like crazy like John Wick style in games, like I've seen some people do. So you know, when I'm able to see cool shit and not do a lot of effort, sometimes I prefer it. Maybe I'm just getting older and I'm getting like, you know, a little lazy when it comes to shit. But I don't know. I love it. I love all kinds of gaming, honestly. I don't think I've played a lot of games that I hate. I played a lot of games that I get mad at and I rage quit for a while, but I don't hate any games. No, I love Sekiro. What the fuck? I just haven't beat it.
No, me. I raged out, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna play it.
The only game I can say I hate, and it's because of all the fans and shit that go with it, is Fortnite. Fucking Fortnite is cancer on this world. Dude,
Yeah.
okay, listen, I'm gonna get into a little weird, no, it's not even weird, everyone watches porn, alright? I'm not gonna talk about a porn, but I'm gonna say, I was literally watching a porn today, and the guy walks in, he's like, I was playing Fortnite, what do you want? She's like, suck your dick. And I was like, really? Even in the porn that I watch, he's playing Fortnite. I was like, oh, this is so cringe, dude. So, yeah, I don't know. It's gaming's just awesome in every way possible. I don't really, like I said, I don't really hate many games. So. Or it's not even that you hate turn-based. It's just that, like, I don't mind it. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I don't know.
of course. I need to try it though, because it does look cool.
There's two games, like, if you really want to try turn-based and have fun with it, there's two games I highly suggest, which is Persona and then Dragon Quest. Dragon Quest is one of the most... It's actually the most popular JRPG in Japan. That game, they literally had to move putting that game out on, like, Tuesdays and Mondays and shit because all the Japanese people would buy it and then tell their boss that they're sick. So they would stay home and play it. So they literally had to start releasing the game on Fridays, just because everyone was fucking doing that. It was awesome. Just think about it. A game that's so popular that everybody fucking calls in sick for work. It's so cool. I love when a big community like that enjoys a game. But no, it's so popular because one, it's a good RPG. Like the story is just awesome. The combat's awesome. But like, the same artist who does it, I don't know if you've seen a picture of Dragon Quest. Hold on. Do you have your phone with you? I'll send you a picture.
Yeah.
And you guys can search it up too. If you look at a picture of Dragon Quest, I just want you to tell me who you think the artist is and if you think it looks familiar. Because I'll obviously explain it in a second, but it has one of the most popular artists in the world. I think as soon as he sees the picture, he'll know what it's from. I'll tell you right now, it's an anime artist. And it's one of the most popular animes in the entire fucking world. Like, every time someone says anime, they think of this anime. But it's not the anime, it's just the artist. So tell me
Dragon
what...
Ball Z.
Yeah, it looks exactly like Dragon Ball Z. Because the same artist is from Dragon Ball Z. So... And then the reason why I'm loving Ni no Kuni as well is the artist. Oh my god, the art of that game is so beautiful. He's the same artist who made all those movies. I forget his name though. Anyways, it's so amazing. Just like seeing amazing artists like that, like do work in a video game, and then like seeing a game with such good art. Say like some people are like, you know, graphics aren't the biggest thing. But if it comes to like a game that involves art, it really does change the game. Like being in a beautiful game will make you want to play it more, obviously. So, hold on, I'm just sending you a picture of what Ni no Kuni looks like. I forget the name of the artist, but like just look at that and tell me that the characters don't make you feel like happy and want to play. You know, it just looks awesome.
Yeah.
But no, it's a lot of things. Like when I create games, I want to make, you know, I'm gonna go mostly for story over. Like that's why I want to work on RPGs, because I'm more of a story over, you know, crazy, you know, gameplay. I can sit through a fucking, you know, a 5-hour cutscene. I don't give a shit. Like I love a good story. I like caring about the characters. That's why Witcher is still to this day my favorite game, because it has really good combat, really good story, and every quest feels like they put so much effort into it. And that's what's awesome. Is seeing a company actually sit down and make a game instead of, oh, let's make like 100 quests where you just kill this guy and kill this guy and kill this guy. No, each one has a reason of why you're killing the monster. And oh, I went to this village and the monster, you know, they do rituals with the monster, but this other side of the village, you know, doesn't want to do those rituals anymore. But you go to the people who do the rituals and are like, don't do anything to the monster because he's sacred. If you take care of him, then who knows what will happen to our village. And then you have a choice. Do I, you know, help these young people and get rid of the monster, which is my job, or do I let the monster be and keep this village going how it is? And then, little spoiler, it doesn't matter anyway. It's really late in the game, and by the time you get there, you'll probably forget that I said this. I killed the monster because I was like, you know, I want to get the gold. I want to kill a monster. And turns out he was a sacred god who was protecting them from, you know, the greater evil. And there was no more balance, and I came back to the village, and the young people were killing all the old people. It was fucked up. So, you know, sometimes, like, games like that make you realize, holy shit, I didn't pay attention to what was happening, and now I fucked up. So, and there's another one that I'll never talk about, but if you ever get to the mission where there's a tree, it's actually a part of the main story. There's a mission with a tree and a werewolf, and the tree talks. All I'm saying is one of those options, oh my god, I've felt so bad. There are multiple options for that quest and like 3 different endings, I think. And that's what's awesome, is that one quest has 3 different endings to it. A lot of games, quests are just the same thing every time. Like, I'm not gonna lie, Skyrim's fucking awesome, but playing Skyrim now, it's the same shit over and over again. I'm gonna go to this dungeon, kill shit, get a new sword and a new shield. Go to this one, oh, I learned a new magic. Oh, go to this one, kill more people, oh, I learned this. Like, it's just over and over, you're doing the same shit. Now, Skyrim's fun. Like, I'll play the shit out of Skyrim. It's just, it's not as good as other RPGs, so. I don't know.
But it used to be the shit.
No, yeah. It was. It still is, honestly. People, you know how many times I've bought Skyrim? Like, Skyrim is still the king. It's just, it's not a real RPG. Like, I hate people who call Skyrim an RPG. I used to call it an RPG. It's not an RPG. It's a action game. You can say it's an action RPG, but really, it's more an action game at this point. Like, sure, you level up and shit, but there's no RPG. Like, you're not building your character to... You know, an RPG, in my opinion, is a game where you can make a character who is good at talking his way out of situations. Like, oh, instead of fighting, he talks, and he gets out of all fights and shit. That's an RPG. You made a character completely unique to how you play. Like, maybe my character's really good at talking and getting out of things and sneaking and stealing shit and backstabbing. But Julian, for example, Matrix here...
Demolish.
Yeah, he goes in, becomes a necromancer, fucking kills people, raises them, you know, and is just a murderer. He slaughters people. That's just an example. We played the game two completely different ways. That's what I think an RPG is. So, I've always loved RPGs. Being able to create your own story in a game that somebody else created. That's awesome. They pretty much give you the world and they go for it. That's what I love.
Yeah, RPGs are good.
RPGs are amazing.
That's why I need to find a week or weekend where I'll just not that I don't want to play with you, but where I'm just gonna play a fuckload of Witcher or like a fuckload.
No, I know. Trust me, honestly, I like playing solo games. I love playing with you because, you know, it's good to spend time with family and we can't really always hang out in person. It's just, honestly, if you decide, hey, I'm not going to play online at all today, I'll be like, that's fine. And I'll just go play, you know, Red Dead all day, or I'll go play fucking Ni no Kune, or, I'd say, this is probably true, 75% of the games I've bought are all single player. So...
Sure.
I usually buy games that are single player just because, not that I don't like people, it's just I'm kind of an introvert, I'm a loner. I like to play games and experience it how I like it. Like, when I play online with other players, they can ruin my fun, I find. That's why I don't really buy multiplayer games a lot, because, you know, as much as it's fun to wreck somebody in Mortal Kombat, if I were to play Mortal Kombat online, I know I wouldn't have any fun because I'm not as good as these fucking people who play it every day just to win. That's why I don't buy multiplayer games. Someone in your house? Hello? Julian?
Yeah?
Yeah, somebody in your house?
I don't know. I'm gonna go check real quick.
Alright. So while he goes checks, I'll talk about random shit, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, I think... No, I didn't get to talk about it because the last one I deleted, the last podcast. So what happened is now I'm living in Ottawa, obviously. I said I'm going to school in Ottawa now. And I am actually living with my aunt and uncle, and I got, an upgraded... My room's pretty freaking big, which is awesome. I can have like a little gaming area, which is what I have, and all that, and it's going well. You know, Ottawa has a lot more opportunities, and like I said, hopefully I go through with going to college for game design, because that would be friggin' awesome, creating my own little game universes and stuff. And Julian wants to do the same. He wants to go and... I don't know what kind of games he would want to work on. Maybe that's something we could talk about when he gets back. What's this? Defibrillation. Yeah, hello. So, I quickly brought up, the gaming again, but who was at your house?
No one.
Okay.
They're just barking like idiots.
So I was going to talk about, I was saying that I would love to make gaming universes and RPGs and shit. What kind of games do you want to make?
To be honest, I also love RPGs, but I can have a difficult time. Anything, basically anything. Okay. Almost anything. Anything but fucking, I don't feel like making sports games.
Making what games?
Sports game.
Yeah, I'm not into sports too, because it's a lot of research. Not that research is bad, it's just I don't know.
I don't feel like it.
Yeah, me neither.
Dude, there's one thing though, me and Chris because to get through the college thing, we have to make a game, right? And they have to test it just to see.
Well, you don't have to, it just helps you get into college.
Alright. Well, we were thinking of making a game, and we had ideas and shit. We could talk about that if you want to.
Well, sure. There's a couple games I have in my mind. It depends, what kind of game you're talking about.
Well, You could talk about some of your ideas, or we could talk about artists that we were thinking of making.
Well, we could talk about the. Okay, so we were talking about one the other day. We were just spitting ideas. And are you okay?
It's Lexi.
Oh, I thought that was you. I was like, what the fuck are you making that noise for? She okay?
Lexi, you're not having this chocolate, you'll die.
Yeah, the chocolate doesn't kill dogs, but it's yeah, it'll make her sick, so it's not worth it. Ow! These fucking ghosts are trying to kill me. So yeah, the other day we were talking about like we're just spitballing ideas, and we came up. I wanted to make like an art game as like my first things, because we could either go with like an RPG, which would take for fucking ever, or we could just work on like a 2D bit graphic game, which
Mario
also
style, sort of.
yeah, also has a lot of effort put into it. It's just it'd probably be easier as like a first project, but like the art side of the actual project, besides it being platformer and like in the style of Mario kind of, I wanted to make the concept was, we wanted like a fantasy kind of game, like with a guy with a sword or something like that, or magic. And I thought, I'm pretty sure Jordan also helped me think of it. But the idea of this guy telling his brother or sister, we haven't really decided, probably brother, that he's telling him a bedtime story. So it'd be like a fantasy, like so it would usually be like the princess and the knight and shit like that, but instead it would be a story of losing the brother or the sister to a monster. We were thinking dragon, then we thought Julian pitched the idea of a mage, right? A mage/dragon?
Yeah.
Taking the kid away from the castle, and the whole point of the story was for the knight, aka his brother or sister, going to save him. And then I spitballed a couple of ideas. Of course, like it's hard to think of shit off of the head. I would have to write a lot. But that was the story. And then I was thinking, adding the basic upgrading system, so you could like buy different weapons and upgrade them. Say you start with a sword, then you can probably get like a whip or something, and the whip can turn into fire, or like pretty much basic upgrading, kind of like in the style of Shovel Knight, a little bit. If you ever played Shovel Knight,
A little bit.
but yeah, no. And then Julian was talking about the mage being the dragon, like, and having to essentially build your health up and learn magic, or learn get better weapons, and just preparing yourself for a big battle against this mage. So that was like a cool little idea.
Transform into a big fucking dragon.
Exactly. So, and that kind of reminds me of Dragon Age, because Morgana can do that. Or is her name Morgana? I think her name is Morgana. I haven't played it in forever.
It's just sick because the mages are cool. They have magic, and you just mix it with a fucking dragon. It's like, alright.
Mm-hmm. It's definitely, it is pretty cool. So. I just don't know. That was like an idea we had pitched. It's not like the best idea, but it's one that we're thinking of now.
Whoa. Yeah.
Just as like an easy little thing. I don't know, like if you could pick like one game type though, what would you pick?
Me?
Yeah.
Action.
Action?
No, me, dude. I love action.
So if you were to work for a studio, like even if you don't know the name, like what game do you love the most that you played recently that you'd want to work with that team who made that game? So it's like God of War, Spider-Man, you can also say a company if you know the company's name. I'm just saying if you don't, you can say a game and I'll tell you which studio it is.
Probably God of War is.
So Santa Monica?
Yeah, or Final Fantasies even, because I really like their art.
Uh-huh.
And sometimes I use their art actually.
Yeah, so that would be Square Enix. Square Enix is a very big company. They do a lot of games. Square Enix has also made the Kingdom Hearts series. They made a lot of games, honestly. They made Sleeping Dogs. They don't just make RPGs, they make a lot of different shit. I don't know if Square Enix is owned by Sega or not. I can't remember. But, that's a pretty good company, those two. I think if I could work with a company, like my dream company would obviously be CD Projekt Red, which is the people who made Witcher and Cyberpunk. But I would also, I don't know, I used to want to work with Bethesda, meet Tom Howard, but I don't know, they're kind of not that good anymore. Blizzard, I'm kind of sad that Activision bought Blizzard, but honestly, I always wanted to also work for Blizzard. Blizzard had WoW and, Diablo, all the Diablo games. Oh my god. They always made the most amazing quality games, They always took their time with their games. They never rushed anything. And that's why it's a little scary that Activision owns them now, because Activision makes a fucking Call of Duty every 2 years, so,
Yeah, it's true.
It really, scares me. But, it's, Blizzard is always, one of the top ones with me as well. So, probably CD Projekt Red or Blizzard would be my two choices. Because, RPGs, man. And MMORPGs. There's probably other places that I would work for, too. I would love to work with the people who make the Baldur's Gate series.
Yeah.
That would be really cool. I'm pretty sure that's a small company, though. It's not like a big company. I don't know. It might be Paradox. Paradox is... they made Pillars of Eternity and shit. They're also pretty good. And, there are a bunch of little companies that are awesome. Like, Jagex, who made Minecraft, and then... what was the one who made Divinity? I think they're, called Lionhead Studios. They're pretty cool, too. They're a smaller team. And hopefully in the future, me and Julian, work on enough games and, maybe get enough money and become ambitious enough to start our own company, and make our own games. Because, yes, it's always awesome to be a part of a company that's already made and be a part of these huge, awesome games and see your credits in these big games. But it would also be awesome just to own that whole company that's, has a huge panel at E3 and, if Minecraft, if this dude named Notch can literally go into his garage, I don't know where he made it, make it in this little fucking office, this game where you just put blocks on top of other blocks and shit and make billions of dollars, I'm sure that we could probably do something like that. We just need to put our heads and figure out something new, create something new, which is hard, but I believe we could do it.
Yeah.
It's just
ideas, but I'll shut up.
No, you can say some ideas.
What?
Oh, you scared someone's gonna steal our ideas?
Yeah, man, someone's gonna steal our ideas.
Well, you don't have to tell some of your bigger ones. It's okay, you don't have to say shit if you don't want to.
This is just a joke. When I was young, I always wanted to make games, alright? When I was 10.
Yeah.
And there's this one game that I really wanted to make, and I still don't understand why. Whereas was fruits versus legumes.
Fruits versus legumes. So legumes for the English speakers are vegetables.
Oh yeah, shit. Yeah.
Legumes.
Yeah, I'm French. I'm sorry, guys. And so basically, it would be they would have their own superpower. And I remember the banana was my favorite because it was gonna have a Mexican hat and two fucking maracas. I don't know how to say it in English.
Yeah, I don't know what that's called.
The Mexican, they have it's like a ball, and they shake it, and it is
oh, maracas.
Little ball. Yeah. There you go. And he would just shake that shit. He would make a bard sort of make music. Lexi, you're not having fucking chocolate. You need to go.
Why, man? I want chocolate. Why? But yeah.
I already had enough. Oh, also, dude, making anime would be sick.
Yeah, no, I had a couple ideas. Some are a little cringe, some are cooler. I always had an idea of a character in my head. and I have this in like games and stuff. So I'm not afraid to say this. I still, at 20 years old, I don't go in public. I don't go, I have superpower. But I still sometimes, when I'm in my room talking to myself and just thinking of ideas, I still have this like little game in my head where I create characters and I make scenarios and shit. And there's always this one character that I'm obsessed with. He has the ability to transform his whole like abilities and personality and shit. It's almost like completely different people locked inside of him. And every time he would change his form, his eye color would change. So like he would have blue eyes for his normal form, and then yellow eyes for his like angel form, like normal complete god mode form. And then he would have red eyes for obviously his evil side, his completely dark side. And then later on in the series, sorry, no, I'm wrong. It would be like a white color for the good. But at the end of the series, like it would be blue and red eyes, two mixed together, like one on the left and one on the right. That's when they go like the evil and the good work together, and they would combine their powers. But then he would have to push himself super far and unlock a whole new potential, which would give him yellow eyes, which would be like a god form of good and bad. It would be neutral, obviously, because good and bad make it neutral. And neutral would be like the ultra instinct of Dragon Ball Z, but for this character. Like he would be at his full form right there, like his full power would be at neutral form. And stuff like that. I could also say some other ideas, but I'll let you say one if you have one, Julie.
I did have some, but I do not remember one. But there is one where I really want you to talk about is the cop and the vampire.
Yeah, I can talk about that if you want.
Yeah, that one's really good.
Alright,
so that one, and I'd be happy.
So I always thought like vampires were cool, like back in the day. Even when I watched Twilight, those vampires suck. Like the cool vampires with like the actual powers and shit, like being able to transform and like shift through like air and shit like that, like the form that The Witcher has, like those kinds of vampires that can only kill other vampires. And I was thinking of a story, like a cop story, where this guy has, a brother. His brother was, I was thinking of either probably the younger brother turning into the vampire, because I wanted the character to be, reckless, be able to do bad shit and not really fully understand it. Of course he'll understand it, but like, he's young, he's cocky, he doesn't give a shit. But essentially, the cop and the brother are close and shit, and something bad happens. They live in a city, where vampires are a normal thing. So kind of like, if you want to compare it to something like Bright, if you ever watched Bright, did you watch Bright, Julian?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So Bright, they have the people living in the shitty parts are the vampires and that shit like that. But it would be vampires living with humans. Like they had discovered, oh shit, vampires are a part of our society, and we have to live with them. So they have their own little like part of the city. And so the brother, he's like, whether it's he's gonna go buy drugs or something, he just does something stupid and he goes to the wrong part of town. And of course he runs into some fucking maniac vampire that would infect and bite him. Instead of, vampires usually when they kill their prey, this is another thing that I was thinking of on the spot that I didn't say, is that the people, instead of like murderers and pedophiles and all that shit, instead of putting them to death by chair or something like that, they send them to the vampires to eat, because the vampires do need to eat. So, instead of a vampire killing and eating the prey, this vampire was wanting to spread it. So he bites the brother, and the brother suffers, and he goes through this whole transformation. It's terrible, and he stops talking to the older brother. And the older brother, he's a cop. He stops vampires and stuff. But humans can't kill vampires. They can only make them weak and then throw them into special prisons for vampires and shit like that. But anyway, he's like, oh, my brother isn't around. But anyways, the whole premise of the show, I'm not going to go into detail of what the first episode would be. The whole premise of the show is this brother cop, he hates vampires, but his brother becomes a vampire, and he needs to, work with his brother now, because he doesn't want to kill his brother. But, he has to deal with this now, and he ends up hiring the brother as like a civilian cop, where he would help him take down some of the bigger vampires, because only vampires can kill other vampires. So like the brother would just fucking, if things were too bad, he would send him in. and there would be a lot of combat between them though. Like the first while, like it wouldn't work like that. Like at first when they find out the brother's going to try to take him down, and there's going to be a huge clash, and then finally after long fights of no one killing each other, they eventually start working together. But like it would get obviously more and more intense and more complicated the longer that the series would go on. But I would want it all animated, because the fights between the vampires, I would want something like Tokyo Ghoul style, like destroying fucking buildings, and like the vampires are like super strong. Like it wouldn't be some like weak shit. Like they wouldn't just bite each other and stuff. No, they would go full on, and there's even higher tier vampires, which the brother isn't. Like high tier ones that can actually transform into full vampire mode, which is like a huge like demon form, and it would be awesome. Like I just
Well,
was that?
sorry. Would the cop just be normal with like a gun and shit, or would they like have like some sort of suit? Because if the vampires are so strong, how the fuck are they gonna stop them?
So that's something that I was thinking of as well. It's they have certain like bullets and stuff, like not really like electric, but it would be some sort of like stunning bullet that would stun the vampires. They learned how to do it. Like I don't know, I haven't figured it out, of course, but they have ways of stunning vampires. And for the for them not being bit and shit on the job, they don't really wear a suit. They rub themselves in garlic and shit, so they don't want to bite them. Like just the classic, they use something, whether it's garlic or if I create something else that they're allergic to. Just they rub it on their necks and shit, so they don't want to bite them, but they will kill them if they have to. So like if it's a cop versus a vampire, they better be fucking ready to stun that motherfucker, or they can die. So.
Easily.
I love the idea of vampires. That's why I want to play Masquerades, that new game that's coming out. Because like vampires are fucking cool, man. They can't die. They can only kill each other. Well, the good vampires can only kill each other. They like humans can't kill vampires. Werewolves can kill vampires, but that's a whole nother story. Werewolves are fucking the opposite. So it's cool. I always love like monsters like that and shit. Like they're just cool. Like a vampire's pretty fucking strong if you think about it. They can like move through fucking air. They can take a shit ton of damage. The only thing that they're weak to is the sun, obviously. So like that's another thing, is he would notice that his brother wasn't around during the day all the time, and that's when he would go investigate and find out he's a vampire. So, and I was thinking of making the brother at first not understand how bloodlust works, and he kind of loses it and he starts killing humans. And that's why the brother gets so fucking angry at him for being a vampire. So.
That's a cool idea. I really like it.
I love it. I always wanted a story with two brothers struggling with one another because they're the complete opposite. And I just thought, vampires are cool, and, having a human cop. I always wanted to make a cop show as well. Like being a cop, and the whole aspect of being a cop is just interesting. You can do a lot of things with it. Like an undercover detective, or other shit. There's just a lot of ability of storytelling when it comes to that. So it's I have a couple ideas in my head, and I always had just on the tangent of like characters that I've created in my head, like the red and blue eyes motherfucker. I always had a character when I was really young, so I had this game. I think I told Julian about it when we were younger, but he didn't really understand it because it's super complicated. It was a huge collaboration with all the games and all my favorite movies and all my favorite cartoons and shit. It was a world called Mix. It was the world of Mix, M-I-X, so Mix. And in this world, it was like all my favorite shit. And like, so Sonic is living with fucking Mario, and anyways, bad shit would happen. There would obviously be evil people, and the big bad guy was called Scar, and he was this like badass motherfucker, wearing all black, and he would like murder people, and he wanted to shut down the world of Mix. And there was one story where he was trying to open the world of reality to Mix. And anyways, there's reality and there's Mix. So there's my character, obviously played by me, Christian. And, I'm a student, I go to school, blah, blah, blah. And he would open this book called Mix, and he would be transported to the world of Mix, which has all these characters. And his character was called Chaos. Took over the character called Chaos. And Chaos had every fucking power you can think of. He could use his mind, he can use super strength, he could fly, he could anything. He was overpowered as fuck, but that's what I liked when I was a kid. I liked being overpowered. So no, I had all these crazy fucking stories, and then eventually Chris was actually in the world with Chaos. I can go on forever. Like, I could write books and books and books about Mix. But, like, him and Chaos were working together, and then Chaos gets captured. Scar's able to put Chaos under ice, and Chaos is gone, and now it's up to Chris. And Chris can only use magic, and then, Sonic, and then I created, this character named Sam, who is the opposite of Chris. He's an army soldier, and he needs to protect Chris. And, I don't know, I had so many awesome characters in this world. Like, honestly, growing up, Mix was my favorite game to play. And everyone will always be like, what are you doing, Chris? I'm like, I'm in the world, motherfucker. I'm in the game. I'm in Mix. And I'd just be playing that shit, like running away from fucking meteors. And, like, there was so many crazy storylines I made. It was honestly one of my favorite things to do as a kid. Like, I would love to make games for me and Julian, too. Like, I made a lot of, like...
Oh, yeah.
We loved Legend of Zelda growing up, so I'd make a lot of quests. So I'd be like, oh, you have to go, get this shit and kill this boss, and then when you get back, you can upgrade your sword and do double damage. And I always wanted to make these awesome games. So, I did. And I was like, fuck it, why not? And, that's, like, my favorite thing. So if I can make video games like I did quests when I was younger, and the world of Mix and all these other things that I created, then that'd be awesome. Like, for a while I wanted to make movies. I wanted to make TV shows and movies, which could still be a possibility, but I feel like video games are just cooler when it comes to expression because other people are experiencing it with you. So
yeah, that's true. But if I had the chance to fucking do movies, I'd fucking do it.
Yeah, I know. Honestly, though, if it did come down to video games or movies, like if someone was like, you have a chance to either make the best video game or the best movie, I would pick the best video game, yeah. Because, it's just awesome, man. I just love it. I don't know how else to say it. That's... Like, the first game I ever played was... Well, no, I played a lot of different games. Just the first game that I really remember was GTA San Andreas. Which is funny because I had a Nintendo 64 first, but I didn't play it that much. I only started playing the PlayStation 2, and I played GTA San Andreas. And sure, I would do, like, the normal shit, like, beat up a hooker and steal a car. But I would also just, like, role play, too. I would run around as CJ and do all these like different things. So that's where I got my love of like creating worlds and creating characters, was through role playing. So it was awesome, and that's why I want to be playing D&D again, because I love role playing, like RPGs so much. I can't even express it.
Ask your uncle, dude.
No, I know. It's just like I don't know. I don't want him to start. I don't want him to start a thing and then like I get too busy. It just sucks. It's a lot of effort for somebody to DM.
Oh yeah, trust me. And it sucks to I don't know if you probably don't know what D&D is, guys, but it's just like you'll put a good 5 hours just for this game that you prepared, and then when people don't appreciate it, it fucking sucks. Like, I don't even know how I lasted this long with the fucking kids, man.
Yeah, I know.
They're fucking assholes.
I was like there, and I was trying to like get into your world, and I honestly started trolling because like no one was taking it seriously.
I know.
I was like, fuck this. I'm just gonna fuck around.
I always try to make it more serious, but they don't have the mentality.
I mean, they have the attention spans of little kids, because that's what they are,
Yeah.
so. Yeah, I don't know, it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Kids are kids.
Yeah.
I was gonna say something. Can't remember.
Well, as you were talking about anime, right?
Yeah.
Well, this is cringe, but when I was young, I always had this idea of, because I love like the elements part sort of thing, like fire, water, air, and this and that.
Like Airbender?
So, well, not really like that, but sort of. Like, I really like also Full Metal Alchemist, so more like a style like that, but like mixed with elements inside
Yeah.
of that shit. And there would be like fire, earth, air, all that shit, but they will also have like two secret ones where it was like sort of like dark and light, but like it'd be more demon and angel. But it'd be weird because the angel in that one would be it'd be hard to explain. I would have to go on and on, but the angels would be the evil one, and the demons, well, the characters that had like the demon thing would be actually the nice ones. And then it would go on forever, and they would just try to, as they go through this like series, they would figure out their powers and shit. And I don't know. When I was young, I fucking loved the scenarios that I made and shit.
Yeah. Well, I can't remember like when I was younger. Yeah, I made a lot of games, but me and my brother were doing a lot of games as well. There was a lot of different scenarios. I think one of my more favorite ones was this one where we would always make storylines and then build off of it. So it was these two brothers, obviously, because we were brothers, and we were demon hunters in a way. But demon hunters, not like... They're hard to explain. It's more like, think of Harry Potter, where you go to school for wizarding. You go to school for demon hunting, and the demons aren't like, these fucking people who are possessed. In this world, demons are like actual demons, like they're big motherfuckers, and like they're actual monsters that have forms. And so the whole first part of the thing was obviously going to school for demon hunting, and then like the class was like, demon hunting 101, and they would put you up against like smaller demons. But I was always obsessed with being, which was funny because my solo game that I would play, which was mixed, I would be the most overpowered motherfucker. But then I started growing into this one where I wanted to be weak and then become stronger. And I would always be obsessed with, in the beginning, I had this book of like magic, and I would always open the book and like, do the magic from the book. And my brother was always like this half demon, half whatever, and he would have like, a sword and these awesome powers. So I'd be a little underpowered, but like through my storylines and shit, I would gain, the ability to do the magic without the book, and then turn the magic into actual like force attacks and shit, like without having to say the magic words. So I just loved creating that character and making it better every time. And I think that was my favorite part of the games. It wasn't actually like, playing them. It was that, being the creative, oh, awesome, this character is now this. And just seeing how far that character went was the fun part of it all. So yeah, if I could do that for a fucking job, I'd be so happy. That's the thing is, we don't... Sorry?
No, keep going.
I was just gonna say that's the thing is like, I forget. I forget. Anyway, just go for it because I forget.
Well, the thing is, you like the thing of being overpowered and also like the underpower, going to overpower during the thing. Well, I sort of like the same thing, but the reason why I liked Fairy Tail so much, Chris. And it got old, don't get me wrong, because I watched a fuckload, was seeing Natsu, like, fucking rage and, like, beat the shit out of the dude when he was getting fucked at the beginning was so cool to my eyes that I loved it. But after watching 140 episodes, I realized that it's always the same shit. I have the friends in me. I'll beat you, or whatever the shit.
Yeah, no, I just don't like it for me,
style.
but you can love it. It's just like... Fuck, like, every time they get angry, they just automatically win. Which is funny to say, because I like Dragon Ball, and it's kind of like, it's not that he gets angry and he wins, it's just, he always finds a way to win. I just want, like, an anime where it actually makes sense that he got that power, Goku always trains to get it, but then, this guy gets angry, and then boom, he has all the power, and I'm like, what the fuck? That's what pisses me off. I want there to be a reason why he's powered, not just, oh, I'm powerful, awesome.
Well, he was a dragon fucking... In that world, the dragons were very rare. His dad was like a dragon. Or his mother, I can't remember.
Yeah, that's the thing is, like, he was born into it. Like, sure, Goku was born to be a Super Saiyan, but, like, he had to train for it, you know? It took him a long-ass time.
Yeah.
He died and literally trained and then came back to life and knew how to do shit. That was awesome. Oh, fucking hell. But yeah, no, it's, yeah, I don't know. It's, hopefully we get to do that. That's all I gotta say. You should try Rage, Julian. I think you'd like it. It's literally just action. Right now I'm in an arena and all I'm doing is killing people for money so I can get a skin for my gun. Like, it's just explosions, killing, explosions, killing, explosions, killing. Like, there's no fucking story in this game, which kind of sucks, but it's also kind of cool if you don't want to, you know, think about anything, if you just want to go in and kill shit. And I'm going to tell you, this game's bloody as fuck. Like, I shot someone with a shotgun, half of his body disappeared. Like, he's fucking dead. And then you get superpowers. Like, you literally, your suit is like an exosuit, and you get upgrades for it, and you can smash the ground, you can start flying. Like, it's kind of cool. And it's not super long. You can finish it in 15 hours, or you can take your time and it could be like 100 hours. So. I don't know. You're always talking about how you want a game where you could just go in and shoot and be fucking mad and just let it go. This is like the perfect game for that.
The gameplay that you showed me, it looked like Doom.
Yeah, I know, but I'm playing it right now. It's nothing like Doom at all. Okay, well... The movement feels like Doom, like jumping around and shit, but the guns feel actually really fucking good. Like, I'm playing with the assault rifle right now. The shotgun does feel like Doom, but I mean, it's a shotgun. Makes sense.
Yeah. The only thing is, like, the idea of Doom is so cool, but the only thing that pisses me off is literally, it's because of, you know when you shoot someone and you get super weak and you can like one-shot them?
Yeah.
It's always the same fucking
That's what I
move.
said too, and you're like, no it's not, and then you played it and you're like, oh it is.
Yeah, it pissed me off.
I was like, it is, Julian. You're like, no. And you played it and you're like, okay, it sucks. I wanted to laugh so bad.
Why did I fucking buy it?
You didn't buy it, I bought it.
No, I know, that's what I'm saying. Why did I fucking buy it?
I know, I was like, I bought it for you, you fucker. You never played it. I was like, oh, you bitch.
Well, there's a new Doom coming out, right?
Yeah, and it actually looks really fucking cool. Like, all the combos and shit look completely fresh. Everyone's saying it's like Doom if all the people who played Doom created it. Like, all the fans who like Doom, they put all the shit that they wanted in it, and that's what it feels like. So, it's really awesome. It looks awesome. And, like, it has a lot of emphasis on movement, so they want you to move super fast and do super fast combos. So, like, it's all action, 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 action. Holy shit, that room was really tough. I'm kind of scared to see what the last room is in this fucking arena. But yeah, no, it's, it is what it is. If you don't like Doom, then you might not like this, but it's... I mean, didn't you download it? Don't you have space?
Yeah, I'm playing it right now, but there's a fucking delay, dude.
Yeah, there is a little bit of a delay. That's right, I'm playing on a monitor. See, the monitor helps me with my delay, like it doesn't look as bad, but on a TV, I remember I didn't want to play it. Try it out for a little bit. Maybe you'll get used to it. But I'm playing it now, so I don't know, man. You need a monitor. Like, playing on a TV is awesome, but I feel like monitor is better for us. Like, we play a lot of, like, Rainbow and shit.
No, I have one.
Oh, you had one.
Yeah.
I mean, you could totally fix that in, like, 2 minutes, Julian. All you need is a piece of wood and use your fucking duct tape, honestly.
Yeah, but oh my god, the fucking delay.
Dude, honestly, it's because you're on a TV. I'm telling you right now, I'm playing it right now, and I'm able to aim perfectly, so... I know how bad the delay was on a TV.
Yeah, I can still aim, but I feel like it's so fucking hard.
Plus, dude, your monitor isn't bad. Like, it has really nice color. I'm gonna be honest, it has a lot better color than your TV.
Yeah.
So I think you should just fix it tonight. Like, obviously you don't have to right now. I'm just saying at some point you should.
Yeah.
This is fun, though. I'm having a lot of fun just shooting people. You know, one of these games would be interesting to make, too. It's just, it would be, besides the art, it would probably be pretty fucking easy to make this game. It feels almost like they took Doom and they reskinned it, but they did put, like, new guns and new feelings. Because in Doom, you can't aim, and this one, you can aim. So, it changes it. Holy shit.
Okay, it's a little bit better. Oh, it's way better now. I don't know what's happening.
I think it's because... Were you doing the intro?
Yeah.
Yeah, the intro is really... there's a lot of shit going on, so it lags. Motherfucker.
Not the slave.
The shotgun, honestly, is like one of my favorite weapons in this, though. It does feel very Doom, but there's always like two options for your gun. Like for the pistol, you can either go burst or aim down and single fire. With the shotgun, you aim it and it does a big shotgun blast, like a single bullet. But if you don't aim, it does like 4 bullets. So it's cool to see the different kinds of ways you can use the same gun. You know what I mean? It's cool. It's cool. I like it. And Julian, of course, is going to start focusing, so he's going to get really quiet.
Yeah, I'm not playing this game just because of that. Alright, so, it does look cool though.
It is. Once you start going into the... I'm telling you, the open world is actually open world. You don't have to go anywhere at any time. Like, the game says you can go here, here, or here. Have fun. And you just do whatever the fuck you want. Like, there's a main story, but you literally don't have to do it at all. You can just go in and shoot. Shoot shit. Just have fun shooting shit.
Lexi! I was almost done Mad Max. I just want to check how far I was. I'm
almost done what?
Mad Max.
Yeah, Mad Max is... I feel like a lot of people shit on that game. Like... It's an okay game. I had fun.
Good. Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna lie, the cars kind of do feel like shit, which is the whole point of Mad Max, but, like, I had fun with it. Like, it's a cool world.
Yeah.
But I can see why people are mad. I mean, the cars were kind of bad, and the whole point of Mad Max is cars. So.
I mean, I was still okay with the car.
Well, come on, go drift and shit. It's not as good as like GTA or something, you know?
Well, yeah, that's for sure.
But that's the point, though. It's all about the cars. You would think it'd be just as good as GTA.
True.
I don't know. It's still a good game. I'm not gonna lie. That's just, you know. That's probably why people didn't like it that much. All right, I just did the arena, and I'm halfway to the weapon skin I want, so I'm gonna have to do the arena again. Which is fine, I don't mind. That was actually fun.
Yeah, I looked a little bit at your gameplay. It looked cool.
Yeah, shoot motherfuckers.
Well, I wish I didn't have to.
You know, that's exactly how I feel. I've been replaying games, and I just don't want to do intros to games. I just want to play it. So then I start playing the intro, and I'm like, I'll play it later, and I give up. Which sucks, because they're awesome games. Like, I'm replaying Red Dead, but I don't want to do, like, the whole beginning part again. Just like, ugh.
Hey, Chris, I agree with you, but that's not what I was talking about.
What are you talking about?
I said I don't want to go to work tomorrow.
Oh, I thought you said I don't want to start this over again or something.
Well,
No,
I guess that was that.
you start talking about that. I was like, what?
Well, was your boss really happy that you came in early today?
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, he was, ow, like, fuck's sakes. Yeah, of course he was very happy, and, but, though, he was mad at the other dude because he told me that, but I literally didn't have to because he was completely fine. But at the same time, he was like, "Well, thank you for like being there."
Yeah.
And he was like, "All right, well, you told me that you'd be okay with where I was like, yeah. Well, Thursday I'll give you 11 to 4. Well, you'll be in the back with me, and I'll teach you how to do food."
Well, that's good.
Yes.
So maybe just push yourself, man. I know it sucks, and I'm kind of a hypocrite for saying that because I didn't do that, but you're doing really good. Like I'm really proud of you, man. You're actually like doing a lot better than I thought you would, and that's not saying I didn't think you'd do good. It's just like everyone's first job, they kind of suck at it. It's just normal. But no, you're doing really fucking good. So.
Oh my fucking god, Mad Max has an even worse delay with the cars.
I know, I told you. No, but like, what was I gonna say? Yeah, no, I think it's a Nantel thing, because even me, my first job, I was working super, super hard. It's just like, us Nantels, we do our best. I don't know why. Yeah, we're hard workers. Which sucks, because we used to own a butcher shop, but something shitty happened. I'm not going to talk about it, because it's private. But yeah, no, we used to own our own butcher shop. We would have been like the richest family, but somebody was a piece of shit in our family, and they just wanted to tell a lie, and it ruined our lives. So, ha! You know Grandpère, your dad's dad and my mom's dad?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was the one who owned it.
I know.
And he was super rich. Like, back when Nintendo first came out, they got it. And they got the new Sega and everything. They got everything new.
It's
Fucking sucks.
nice. It sucks how he turned to that to fucking Provigo. And he works every night.
I know, I feel
super
bad
tired.
for him. Like, he never says no, dude. And I don't want you to be like that in life, because I'm seeing that in you. You need to fucking say no, man. And I know I don't do it because I really didn't want... And again, this isn't because I didn't want to hang out with you. I just didn't want to go to your house because I knew I'd have a panic attack. And I went anyways because I don't like saying no to people I love. But I need to start learning, you know, when I say no, it's no.
I know. I'm gonna do the bus tomorrow. I don't feel like taking the bus, but I'll do it.
Why, is Matan Vajo not bringing you?
No, she won't bring me. She won't bring me back afternoon. No. Okay, I can't. Okay.
You could always say you can't make it in because you don't have a drive. No, I'm just kidding. It wouldn't be a lie.
Sure.
But still, I don't suggest it. If you want to, but I don't suggest it. Fuck. But yeah, no, it's fun, it's all fun. Life is fun, not really. Life is life. That's one thing, is I take pills for depression and shit. I did a little bit of research, and I'm a little scared because depression pills have a huge tendency of, well, it needs you to make you stop feeling depressed, but what it does is it makes you stop feeling everything, feeling happy, feeling sad, feeling anything. Because that's the point of it, it's supposed to make you stop feeling depressed. But I don't want to stop feeling all the other things, and I don't want to not be creative, and so, like, I don't know if I want to take this for the rest of my life. I need to talk to my doctor and figure it out, because I want to be able to fucking be happy. You know, like, the other day I didn't take my pill because I forgot, because Julian was over, we were hanging out, and we went to go see Godzilla, and sure, I was feeling like shit, I was getting sick because I didn't take my pill, and, you know, my head hurt, and it was hard to talk, but, like, I had a lot of fun. Like, when I was watching the movie, I actually felt excited, like, it was fucking awesome. When I'm on my pill, I just kind of watch it, I'm like, that was a good movie, I guess. Like, I don't have, like, fucking awesome feelings, you know, it sucks. How do I switch my grenade? I forget how to switch. I think it's R1, I don't know. Yeah, no, it's annoying. It's annoying. But the reason why I started taking it, I just need to remember that, because it was a really bad time for me.
Yeah.
Like, really fucking bad.
Oh, they made a new beginning to Warbands.
What do you mean?
Well, that's actually how you start the game. I was stupid.
I never changed shit, boy. That game's old. You know that game came out in 2010?
Really?
Yeah, I thought it came out in like 1990s, but no, it came out in 2010.
Well, the graphics are way.
Yeah, no. Well, have you seen... Oh my god, have you seen the gameplay for 2? It looks so awesome.
There's a gameplay?
Yeah, there's been a gameplay forever. He commands a huge war. Dude, when you're at your castle, they can actually break the walls of your castle.
I'm gonna go check that right.
Like, they can throw a huge-ass... Like, you know, catapults? They can throw a big-ass catapult, like, boulder at the side of your castle and break the wall down and run into your castle. It's fucking sick. And then now you can actually create weapons. You don't have to just buy them. You can go and craft them with iron and shit that you find. And like, oh my god, it just looks so awesome, bro. Like, it looks like there's so many more options to do shit.
How long have you been streaming, dude?
Oh. Go check.
I don't feel like it.
Usually when we do podcasts, I just keep talking until I get tired of, you know, talking on stream. So, if you want to end the stream soon, that's fine.
No. It's just that I'm almost wondering.
Yeah, I think after this arena I'll end the stream, but is there anything you want to say, like any more topics, or...
Yeah, sure. I promise, well, there's a room tour coming for sure next weekend. Because I don't know about you, but I want to start Divinity 2.
Okay, before, I'm not gonna get angry at you, but I've been fucking wanting to do that forever.
I know.
So don't fucking do that. No, I mean, don't say that.
Yeah, we'll start that, because it's an amazing game.
Yes, it is.
Also, even though I said I quit, I'm gonna go back to Sekiro. I don't know if anyone still watches. Fuck man, I'm not sure if I want to record it. I'm still thinking of it. So maybe that and Dark Souls 3 too. But yeah, we have a fuckload of games. You might see me record sometimes.
You know, if anyone wants a specific game, just ask for it, because we pretty much buy like every new game. So the next game I really do want to get is Judgment, bro. That game looks amazing.
Hello?
Hello?
What?
He's getting a call. So unprofessional. Call on the podcast.
No, what is it? No. You should go without.
You should come. So yeah, no, what he said, you know, we'll start playing more games for the channel, and you know, we have a bunch of games, and I still want to do the podcasts, and you know, room tour might come. I'm not done setting up my room, so mine probably won't come up for a while. But no, it's definitely an option for.
Dude,
Yeah.
William is so stupid. He likes to talk about me a lot in school, and I don't know how his girls at school got my fucking number, but me and William were fucking around once. We were recording, sending to the friends. William was doing a beat and I was fucking rapping, like I was rhyming for once I was doing something good. One of the girls just called me like, well, in French, I really liked your rap. Can you do me a demonstration?
What the fuck? How old is she?
Like, she sounded like fucking 12.
What the fuck? Can you do a demonstration?
Really, I think this is really not a good time in my head.
Oh, what the fuck? Kids are weird.
Yeah, they can.
But yeah, no, there you go, guys. I think we're gonna wrap up the podcast now. Thank you guys for listening, of course, and yeah, we'll be doing one. I'd say maybe one every month at some point, but I'm not gonna promise anything. But, guys, again, thanks for watching the channel and supporting, and leave comments below of any games you want us to play, and this is XnM signing off.
Peace.